Hi, my name is Hope Ndao-Luchembe. I am a partner at Mulenga Mundashi Legal Practitioners, a top-tier corporate commercial law firm here in Zambia. Catch me at the Africa Energy Forum 2025 in Cape Town. See you there. Some of the key considerations for energy players in Zambia, whether they're looking to participate in a project, to fund a project, or to develop a project, are the regulatory requirements that are governing the project. So we've got a number of acts that govern energy projects, including the Energy Regulation Act, we've got the Electricity Act, we've got the Environmental Management Act, the Rural Electrification Act, the Public-Private Partnership Act, we've got the Public Procurement Act, the Zambia Investment, Trade and Business Development Act, the Lands Act, the Lands and Deeds Development Act, and we've got the Companies Act and so many other acts. We also have a lot of regulators like the Energy Regulation Board and the Ministry of Energy. And therefore, it's important to make sure that whether you're funding the project or participating in it or developing it, that project is compliant with the regulatory environment in Zambia. Another key consideration is the market dynamics. So historically, Zambia has been operating under a single buyer model, meaning that majority of the investment opportunities have largely depended on having a power purchase agreement with ZESCO as the off-taker. With the open access regulations, independent power producers now have the opportunity to sell power directly to independent third-party off-takers. That means that the national grid has been opened up, and that means that another consideration would be to structure a power project with having not ZESCO as the off-taker, but an independent private party as the off-taker. Another key consideration would be the due diligence checks. So if you're an independent power producer, you want to conduct due diligence checks on your land rights, you want to conduct due diligence checks on the EPC contractor and the operations and maintenance contractor if you're using third parties. If you're looking to fund the project, to participate in the project or to invest in it, or maybe to act as a third-party off-taker, you want to conduct due diligence checks on the independent power producer. So you want to conduct corporate compliance checks, regulatory checks, dispute resolution checks, tax checks, environmental compliance checks, and also the financial status of the company. So Zambia is now moving towards diversifying its energy mix, and as a result, there are a number of incentives that are meant to spur growth in this sector. And so we've got incentives such as the fast tracking of electricity licenses. Electricity licenses are now being fast tracked from 6 months to just 48 hours. And the Ministry of Energy is working hard to streamline the process to make sure that independent power producers are able to get the licenses from a single licensing system. Another incentive is for renewable energy projects that qualify under certain conditions, there are tax breaks. So 0% rates on dividends and profits for the first 5 years of the project. We also have customs duties exemptions for certain solar equipment such as batteries, inverters, and lamps. We also have zero rating on the VAT for some of the energy efficiency equipment. Additionally, we now have the open access regulations, which have given access of the national grid to independent power producers, allowing them to sell power directly to consumers and to off-takers. Another incentive would be the net metering system, which allows consumers to basically generate their own energy using renewable sources and to feed back the excess into the grid. So some of the key trends that are affecting Zambia's energy sector are things such as the increasing demand for energy. Zambia's economy is projected to grow significantly by 2030 and 2050. And with the growth of the economy means there's going to be a growing demand for energy. That also means that government policies and regulations are going to be influenced by factors such as efficient energy supply and also diversification of the energy sector. Another key trend is the move towards cost-reflective tariffs. So historically, Zambia has operated under a system where tariffs have been below the cost of production. And now we're seeing a move, generally a general trend, towards the move towards cost-reflective tariffs. And this is intended to encourage and to promote investment into the energy sector, especially with regards to renewable energy. Another key trend is climate change. As has been seen from the recent drought, the reliance on hydroelectric power is just limiting and it's not working anymore. And so things like climate change have led to a move towards promoting and diversifying Zambia's energy mix. Another key trend would be the move towards diversifying the energy mix. So we're seeing a lot of incentives and a lot of promotion into different and alternative sources of energy, such as solar, wind, and biomass, moving away from the traditional reliance on hydroelectric power. Another key trend that we can see in the energy sector is the governance and utility reform. And this can be seen from reforming from a single buyer model into an open access model that allows independent power producers to basically sell power directly to would-be and interested off-takers.